Well. Hey, everybody. This is Mike, Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, you ham fun guy. It's time for the Magical Mike's Ham Fun Podcast. How is everybody tonight? Someday I'm going to do a magic trick for you guys, and you'll get where the name came from. Magical Mike. Yeah, everybody says, oh, you're like Magic Mike. I'm like, no, Magic Mike had abs. I have an ab, one big one. So, no, I am not Magic Mike. As a matter of fact, when I got my... I wanted that domain name when I became a magician, and in the entire universe of the internet, the person that owned MagicalMike.com lived in the next town over. He was an out-of-work DJ, and he didn't want to give me the name, so whatever. It ended up, I didn't get that name, so I changed it to Magical Mike. Lo and behold, I go to a Renaissance festival up in Sterling Forest that year. And who's there? Mystical Magical Mike is doing a show. That's his name. Like, all right, he's got mystical in front of his name, so I really can't get upset. Anyway, that is the story of where Magical Mike came from. Well, I'm not performing as a magician anymore, so but I figured I'd keep the name just to get on the air. Victor Alpha 3 Foxtrot Mike Bravo came to the game. Good afternoon, Wayne, or early evening. It's just getting dark outside here, and the DOG is sleeping in the living room because she wanted to go to bed. Right before I went on, I went to the bathroom in my bedroom, my bathroom by my bedroom, and she came in. And when I came out of the bathroom, she was sleeping on her pillow like it was nighttime, time to go to bed. And I'm like, no, it's too early. Plus, I have to do a podcast. So did you read the title of that podcast? Magical Mike's Ham Fun Podcast tonight. Melissa, what a bitch. This is all about Hurricane Melissa that bombed through Jamaica and basically devastated that island in immeasurable terms. The numbers, everything is so bad that I don't know how many people died in that storm, but let me just say that I've been to Jamaica, and Jamaica is not exactly a modern day... it's not a modern day oasis of beauty. There are beautiful spots to Jamaica. I stayed at an all-inclusive resort. So basically I got to the resort. I never had to leave. So I never went looking out for cliff divers and all that. I just enjoyed the resort for 10 days with my girlfriend. And that was a lot of fun. But it was 2 hours on dirt roads and crappy roads to get to the resort. That resort is probably trashed beyond belief at this point. We had some serious rain when I was down there, and the only rain that ever compared to it was some of the stuff I get here in Florida, where it's tropical rainstorms, and it's super duper heavy, and very mountainous landscape, a lot of hills, a lot of gullies for water to rush down and cause mudslides and stuff like that. So keep those people in your prayers. The reason I'm talking about that tonight is because my good friend, who you may have seen here on this podcast early on when I first started, James Lee. James Lee is the owner of Shack in the Box. He's also the owner of the website No Limb Gym, or the YouTube channel No Limb Gym. Some of you know what Jim went through. He died 9 times on the table back in December of 2023. And I believe it was 2023. It was 22. Oh, James, I'm getting old. I'm forgetting the dates. Anyway, he went into a coma in December when they were operating on him to do a simple valve replacement, which my buddy Mario just got a couple of months ago. He just got a valve replacement. Thank God everything went smooth for him. But with James, his blood started to coagulate inside the heart-lung bypass machine. And as a result... he died 9 times on the table, and he was in a coma from December till March. He was out. As a matter of fact, they stopped the heart operation and didn't even close up his chest because they wanted to keep him alive and have ability to massage his heart if it needed it, or to give it an electric shock if it needed it. Anyway, so James volunteers with a wonderful organization called Aerobridge. Aerobridge has, hey, Andy Cowley's here. Andy Cowley's here. Roger's here. Hey, Roger. Roger is one of my biggest supporters. I thank you so much for the gift you gave me, Roger, and that's going to keep this channel going a little longer, so God bless. Thank you for that. Andy Cowley is here. Hey, Andy, good to see you. Glad you came. We're talking not so much about ham radio, but more about the relief efforts going on for Jamaica right now. So James Lee volunteers with Aerobridge. I can show you what Aerobridge looks like. Which screen do I got to go to? SatPass. Here we go. Here's Aerobridge's website. It's aerobridge.org. Aerobridge.org. And it says, thank you to our volunteers and partners for your support. Aerobridge, we appreciate you. Please continue to monitor our social media sites for further update information. And here's the button here you can click to go to Aerobridge's Facebook page. Here it is right here. Get that out of there. And if I scroll through here, you can see here's some of the people right now down there. Here they are flying down. They have a couple of pretty cool jets that they're using. And what they're doing is they are bringing down, right now, they're bringing down water purification systems. Now, let's just try to understand the devastation that took place. They have no electricity. They have no gasoline. They have no water. So if you could send them bottles of water, but they're going to go nowhere. So what they're doing is they're sending water purification systems. That's what you see in that picture right there on the screen. Moldani, get out of there. This is the water purification systems. They have enough systems they sent down to give water to 10,000 people. So that's the first wave of support they're bringing down there. James, as you know, is the owner-operator of Shack in the Box that makes Go Boxes for ham radio. He also makes Go Boxes for aircraft band. He has a whole portable mobile air traffic control tower where he has access to charts and everything needed for aviation. James has been working hard on all this stuff. Here is the jet that they're using. I believe, I think this is a Gulfstream. I'm not a big airplane guy. I am a big airplane guy, but I don't know all the planes. I used to. There's the water purification systems, and there's a close-up of the water purification system. So you can put filthy water in there and pump out clean water. It might not look like much, but if you got no water, this is a great way to go to get something. Yes, 10 of them. That's right. So they're putting these out there, and they're trying to get them all covered so that they can help give water to all these poor people in Jamaica. It is so bad. They don't need generators. Don't be sending anything until you know what they need. And I just happen to have a list. Let me see, where did I put it? All right, well, let's check this out. This is them in Jamaica. I will put this on the screen and I will play this for you. Let me turn on desktop audio. Here you go.
Hi, it's Brad with Aerobridge. We are on the ground in Montego Bay, Jamaica. We just came in this CJ1 bringing water filtration systems that will provide clean drinking water to 10,000 people per day. When disasters like this happen and the skies turn dark, Aerobridge and its volunteers run towards that darkness to provide help, to provide hope, to provide disaster relief. We welcome you to join us. Please visit aerobridge.org. We would love to have you if you're a pilot, if you're an aircraft owner, if you're a donor, whatever capacity you could help us, we would certainly appreciate it. The people here in Jamaica appreciate you. We were greeted with an amazing warm welcome by them, and they just couldn't be more thankful. So thank you for being a part of Aerobridge, and thank you for your support to everybody who's behind us, who's making all this happen today. We'll be back with you soon. We're going to start launching more planes here to Jamaica to provide the help these great folks need. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Turn the mic back on, Mike. All right, there you go. You got to see a little bit of Aerobridge's business, what they do. Here's their Facebook page. The links are in the description to click on them to go to its Facebook page or to their webpage. You can donate. You can do anything you can to help these people because it's bad. It's really bad out there. And I also have, let me open this up. These are lists of everything they need. Let's blow that up a little larger so you can see it. All right, let's. All right, so we need sterile gauze. These are things. The island of Jamaica, Melissa, hurricane relief, critical medical supplies needed. We need sterile gauze, cotton, pediatric splints, various sizes, adult splints, various sizes, wrist, elbow splints, disposable dressing sets, crepe bandages. I think that's gauze, the roll of gauze. Anyway, antibiotic ointments, antiseptics, cleaning solutions, IV fluids, isotonic, normal saline, ringers, lactate, Hartmann solution. That's all medical terms, which I shouldn't even try to pronounce. More IV fluids down here. Dextrose water, IV fluids. This is all the stuff on this list. Now, this list is available on my Facebook group in the files section. I posted this. I also posted it to the conversation, the discussion page on the Facebook group. So if you have the ability to get some of this stuff, get in touch with Aerobridge, ask them how to get it to them, how to send it to them, and they will help you out. Miscellaneous metal, glucose strips. If you're a diabetic, how many glucose strips you got? I use a G7 now, so I don't need strips anymore. I don't prick my finger anymore, but they're going to need them. Lancets, that's the little needle that pops your finger when you checking your blood sugar. Walking aids, sticks, crutches, walkers, stethoscopes, blood pressure machine. There's a word for that. I forget the name of the blood pressure machine. Pillows, sanitary napkins, maternity napkins, underwear, socks, baby clothes, pull-ups, children's diapers. Inco pads, don't know what that is. Disposable blankets, lotion, deodorant, toothpaste, disposable towel. This is how devastated this island is. They don't have any of this stuff left. The stores and stuff that sold them the entire island was plastered with tremendous Cat 5 winds. That's fast. That's like hundreds of miles an hour. Soy milk-based formula, liquid meals, water sterilization pills, tents, tarpons, sleeping bags, small cots, storm lights, solar lights, small toys, and any other of items deemed fit. So, like I said, they're looking for solar panels, solar generators, you name it. That's what they need. They need it all. It's like there's nothing left on the island. It's like we're starting from scratch. We got dirt, and now we want to put a civilization on there, an entire country. So keep them in your prayers, man. James is down in, I think he was in Key Largo. He was going to come on tonight, but he texted me he can't. He's in the process of getting stuff from Fort Lauderdale to Jamaica. So he wasn't able to get on the podcast tonight. But that doesn't mean you can't help. So make sure you get over to Aerobridge, AEROBRIDGE.org. That's their website. Get over there. If you can donate. If you could even if you just donate to their organization, that's great. It's a 501c3, so everything's deductible. And if you make a donation, you want to just mention to them that I told you to do it, I'd appreciate that. Yeah, it's been tough. On a lighter note, let's lighten up the mood a little bit. It's not the end of the world here. It is in Jamaica. It's really bad in Jamaica, so keep them in your prayers. Also, as you know, I've had a few issues with my OBS. The chat stopped working, and I think that happened after an update to OBS. The chat stopped working, so I had to literally reinstall the entire plugin in OBS to get it to work, but it is working. As you can see, boom, there's Andy's comment, and here's another Andy hello to me, and here's Roger. Greetings from the summit of Mount Dora. It sounds like he's so high. The highest point in Florida is 300 feet. So if he's on the summit of Mount Dora, he's like 250 feet in the air. Florida's pretty flat, which is why we get tornadoes every now and then. This time of year, the tornadoes come when the cold front comes sweeping down out of the main 48 and hits us down here, and the cold hits the warm air from the Caribbean, and that's when we get tornadoes. Only had one tornado here. Knock on wood. You hear that? We didn't have any hurricanes this year, and November is the end of the hurricane season, so thank you, Jesus. That was very nice. I didn't have to live on a generator for 5 days like I did last year, but that's the good news. No hurricanes this year. Thank you. That was great. I'm happy for that. So we got the chat working again. The other problem I'm having is I'm trying to set up. Oh, what do we got here? Wayne's got something to say here. Wayne, I volunteer for an organization that sent 1,060 family emergency kits there yesterday. Well, God bless you, man. I'm glad that people are chipping in. It's one thing in the United States, we are blessed. And when I say we are blessed, I mean the poorest person in this country probably lives better than kings lived at the turn in the Middle Ages. They live better than the kings of the Middle Ages. So we are blessed beyond belief. But the one thing I know about this country and my town where I live, when there's a need and you need to get some help to somebody somewhere, there's only one person that the whole time I live in Palm Coast said no to me when I asked him for a donation for a charity, and he went out of business. Not because of me, because he had the wrong attitude. And I was asking for a tray of bruschetta. That's it. We were doing makeovers for cancer survivors. And I just wanted to have a little something for them to munch on while we were there. So we get, bruschetta is like toasted Italian bread with little diced up tomatoes and onions and stuff on it. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Only Italians know how to make the good stuff. Anyway, someday I'll show you. I picked up a loaf of panettone bread. I don't know if you've ever had panettone. It's got citrus in it. It's got all kinds of little fruits in it. It's not like what do they call it? Fruitcake. It's not like fruitcake. It's bread. It's actual bread, but it's sweet bread. And it has these sweet little pieces of fruit in it. It only comes out around the holidays. So I was in the store the other day and I bought 2 of them because I love to give them away to people that never had them because they bite into it and they can't believe how tasty these things are. So I have one here that I have not opened yet because if I open it, I'm going to finish it in 2 days because I have no self-control. Guilty. I have no self-control. So ask me what I think about an ice cream sandwich. Oh my God. I'm buying them 2 boxes at a time. Last time I went shopping at Publix, I bought 2 boxes of ice cream sandwiches. Oh my God. Summit of Mount Dora is 5,608 centimeters. Yeah, 184 feet. That's it. That's nothing. That's like a speed bump in New Jersey. It's even like Colorado. It's a speed bump. But that's pretty good. Good. I bet you jumped onto Grok or ChatGPT real quick and asked what the elevation of Mount Dora was. That's cute. Thanks, Roger. That made me laugh. So anyway, anybody got any questions? The Discord is open. The link is in the chat. If you want to jump into my voice Discord and jump on here with me, we can put you on screen and everything. Or if you just want to go there and listen to me on there, you can do that too. The only thing I'll tell you is the delay on that is great. I just fixed my collar. My collar was curled up. The delay on Discord is, in other words, if you're going to watch it on Discord, don't watch it on YouTube also. It'll just drive you crazy. So, okay. So we talked about Aerobridge. We talked about Mount Dora being not that high. Let's see. Let me see if we can get... Oh, well, this isn't on Aerobridge's YouTube. I got to find Aerobridge. Find a YouTube. Aerobridge. I want to find, Jim made a great video today. Let's see. I love this. I say Aerobridge and it's showing me how the ramp going to the airplane works in the airport. I guess Aerobridge doesn't have a YouTube channel. Let's try No Limb Jim. Try No Limb Jim. Go to his channel. He put out a good short today. Yeah, here it is. Oh, no, that was about Charlie Kirk's assassin. Let's go back to the top. All right, here we go. Hold on. Let me get the audio going, and then I'll start this from the beginning for you.
Buddy, I am No Limb
Let's get back to the beginning of this short.
Jim, and I am never thought that becoming disabled. If you
Okay, let's get this on the screen. Let's go to here, and here is Jim. I'm going to play this.
Hey everybody, it's No Limb.
I'm going to play
If
this.
you ever thought that becoming disabled would keep you from making a difference in the world, take a look at what I'm doing. Hey everybody, I am No Limb Jim, and I am a multiple amputee. Both of my legs and all of my fingers and both thumbs have been either completely or partially amputated. That beautiful citation jet sitting here behind me is getting ready to go to Jamaica, carrying water filtration systems that will provide clean water for 10,000 people a day. Now, I'm not getting on the airplane like I used to, but I'm still helping run the airlift. I'm in a wheelchair, I'm disabled, and we're helping to take care of needs downrange. Guys, just because you're disabled doesn't mean you can't get out and live your life and help and make a difference. I'm doing it, so can you. I'm No Limb Jim. Like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notification, and I'll see you next time. But I do wish that I was going to go on that beautiful jet. See you next time.
All right, so there's Jim. So he's showing you that just because he's disabled doesn't mean he can't do something to help people. And Jim's a good Christian. He's a good man. And if you can help Aerobridge, go to the webpage. I showed you the webpage before. Not that page. Not that page. Not that page. That page. There it is. Here's the page right here. Here's information for pilots. If you want to contact them, you can click up here. And here's their email, general@aerobridge.org. You can email them. They are located in Svenson Ravine, Grass Valley, California. And you can text them at 951-491-9827. Can you see that on the screen? I can make that bigger. 951-491-9827. If you got money you want to donate to them, you want to ask how to do it, that's where you go. We go over here. We can click on this, and we'll go back to the home page. And I can shrink this back down where it should be. And about us, our partners, frequently asked questions. Look at that jet. Ooh, baby. It's all volunteers from business aviation community during non-disaster times. Aerobridge becomes a network of volunteers in business aviation and general aviation, as well as utilizes members of any other organization upon activation. Where will Aerobridge respond? The United States of America, up to 1,000 nautical miles outside of the United States and, in some cases, worldwide. When will Aerobridge respond? In regional disasters overwhelmed by that overwhelm the local and state emergency response systems, when there are no ground access into the disaster areas, and we will not coordinate flights into any areas that compromise the safety of our aircraft and crew. War-torn areas, radiological or chemical disaster zones, they won't go there. So this happens to be in Jamaica. They got hit with a really bad hurricane, but you can come to this page, aerobridge.org, and go to their frequently asked questions page, and you can see all that. How can you support them? Easy. You can supply equipment. I gave you a list on my Facebook group where you can see the things they need, and if you have the ability to get your hands on some of that stuff, get it to them. They will ship it down to Jamaica. Your company can make a matching gift, so you can donate via a wire transfer. You can institutional development and corporate grants. You can help them get grants. You can send a check or PayPal. Make checks payable to Aerobridge and mail it to Aerobridge, blah, blah, blah. Or you want to do PayPal, you just come right down here and click the button donate, and you could donate to them. If you have an airplane that they can use to help move supplies, you can donate your time in your airplane. Email M. Stevenson at aerobridge.org, right there. So if you have an airplane and you want to donate your airplane or fly the airplane for them and help them deliver goods and services, go right ahead. That's where you can do it. You know, not everybody can collect bottled water or water purification systems and go into an area like what's going on in Jamaica right now and not, you might not have the ability to do that, but man, these people do, and you could donate to them and help them out, and that would be a great thing if you could do that. So go to aerobridge.org, tell them Magical Mike sent you, and donate whatever you can, $5, $10, $100, whatever it is you can. Please donate it to them so they have money to do the good work that they're doing in Jamaica live right now while we speak. Can you imagine if a storm came through your neck of the woods, wherever you live, and wiped every service out, all the firemen, all the police, all the governments that run your cities and your towns, and all the services, the electricity, the water, all gone overnight, gone. Just think of what do you do? You need people like Aerobridge to come in and start bringing in supplies and helping you out. It's why you have the Red Cross. It's why you have a lot of, I'm sure the United States is going to be sending some military help down there. They probably already did, except Trump doesn't blow his own horn, so he won't talk about it. But I'm sure he's already done that or is going to do that. So keep that in mind, everybody. Aerobridge.org. I know this sounds like a sales pitch, but man, if we don't do it, nobody will. All right? Hey, we got 6 people watching right now. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm looking at myself on myself, looking at myself. And right now, my Discord's going berserk because there's like 1 million pictures of me on there. All right. So anyway, there you go. You got to make these, you got to help out. Nobody's expecting all of us to go down there and start handing out stuff and doing, but that doesn't mean you can't help. So look at Jim. He's walking wounded. He's got no feet. No shins, lost almost all his fingers, and he's still doing it because he's doing God's work, and you can too. And that's what we're called to do. If you listen to Jesus preach, that's what he's talking about. Love and be loved. And as far as all the political stuff that took place yesterday, I don't care. And I am not going to talk about that here. We're going to talk about helping others. So I'm sorry Jim couldn't make it, but I understand completely. And he's a very good man. He's doing a lot of hard work, and he's not doing it for self-aggrandizement. He's doing it because it's needed. And that's what we do in this hobby. When people need you, you get out there and you do it. Okay, enough about Aerobridge for now. We talked for a half hour about that setup, and I'm very happy we did. I'll make some shorts and post those later on. I'm also going to be posting on X, I think. I got it figured out how to get my shorts on X again. So anyway, the PSR 100. Put it together, had it on a tripod, set it up outside in my driveway, hooked up the 9700, the second 9700 to it. Not sure what the issue is, but whenever I keyed the mic on the transmit, it was causing interference on the receive. Don't know why that's happening yet. If it's the radio, if it's the proximity of everything I had set up, could have been that. I think it was that. So I'm not making any judgment on it yet. But the PSR 100 tracked SO50 perfectly. It did a great job tracking the satellite. So I'm very happy with the way it worked out. Don Friend, what is this call sign again? Mike Charlie Mike. Is it WA4 Mike? No, WA. Oh, God, my mind went blank. I swear to God, you're getting old and stuff just falls out of your head when you're not looking. Anyway, you know the call sign. Whiskey Alpha 4 Mike Charlie Mike. MagicalMike'Kits.com. I think that's it. Anyway, I talked to him the other day as I was setting this up and found out he just put an order in for more stuff to make more kits. And last I heard, he had about 8 kits made, ready to go. And I told him, I said, these are going to sell out. These are going to sell out. And he improved them a little bit. So that's a good thing. So I think he's got the new board in mind. And so I don't think that was the issue. Long story short, those PSR 100s rotators, it's very hard for him to keep them in stock. He really doesn't make a lot of money on them when he sells them. He sells them for $320. And they're a kit. You have to build it. So he's working on that. He's going to get more out there. So if you want to get in touch with him, get in touch with him. Look back and let me just get that page for you before I forget. PSR-100 should be only one page. Whiskey Alpha 4 MikeCharlieMikeKits.com. There it is. Okay, I found it, and I think he's got them back in stock. I will tell you in a second. I'm going to that page right now. Yes, now back in stock. I think he had 8 of them. They're $320. Here you can see it right here on top. $320. Now I had questioned Don, and I said, could I put the Alaskan antenna on this? Well, now that I built it and I put the Arrow 2 on there, no, you can't. It won't be able to hold the Alaskan. It's too much leverage. I think the biggest problem is that big arm on top that tilts for the azimuth. That is the biggest problem because it's so long. Can't do it. I'm thinking it might be a better way to do this, but I don't know what it is right now. And right now, the way it's built, you have to have the 70 centimeter elements vertical and the 2 meter elements horizontal. Otherwise, it won't work. So keep that in mind. But Don makes all these kits. Intelligent. I like this one. The intelligent antenna switcher. Look at that. Oh my God. I would need 2 of those. But look, you need a control box you got to build and the termination box right there. So I'm sure there's a little bit to it. Here, I'll show you a quick video on that.
Hey, WA4MCM here from WA4MCMKids.com. Today I'm going to show you my 8-position remote automatic antenna switch built from the kits I sell on my website. The switch operates in 2 modes, automatic and manual. I'll demonstrate the automatic mode in a moment. Right now, let's look at the manual mode, which is simply pressing the buttons on the front panel of the controller to select your desired antenna. Starting with antenna number 1, antenna number 2, antenna number 3, and so on until you reach antenna number 8. Next, I'll demonstrate automatic mode, which allows you to change bands and automatically switch antennas based on which antenna the band is assigned to. In order to utilize this mode, you'll need a cable that connects from the back of the antenna switch to the back of the radio. Most radios output band data from their linear port, but not all of them, so be sure and check your radio's manual. Right now we're on 20 meters, which is assigned to antenna number 3. So let's change bands to, say, 17 meters, and you can see that the switch automatically changed to antenna number 4. Now let's change to 12 meters. And you can see the switch has changed to antenna number 6. What that means is that all of these antennas have been programmed to be assigned to these particular bands. Now I'm going to change to a band that hasn't been assigned, and you'll notice the buttons are flashing sequentially from left to right. That means that no antenna has been assigned to it. In order to assign one, simply press and hold the button for the desired antenna, in this case antenna number 2, until the button lights up, indicating that the antenna has been programmed. To verify this, we'll change back to 20 meters, and you'll see it automatically change to antenna 3 like we started with. And if we change back to 80 meters, you'll see it changes to antenna number 2, which is what we just programmed. Now later on, you may want to unassign an antenna. Simply depress and hold the button again for 2 seconds, and you'll see it start searching just like before. After that, you can reassign it to any other available button. Now let's open up the switch and look inside so you can see how it works. The switch is based on a PIC microcontroller, which controls all operational aspects of the switch. The kit is designed to be easy to assemble for first-time builders, and as you can see, all components are spaced far enough that even people who are all thumbs will have no trouble putting them in place. And since they're all through-hole components, even those who are inexperienced with soldering should have no problem building the kit. At the back of the kit is a space reserved for the
Unless you're
optional
me.
USB interface, which allows the controller to interface with your computer. The interface itself comes fully assembled since most of the components are surface mounted. It can be purchased with the kit or separately and can be easily plugged into the circuit board once the kit has been built. Now here we have the inside of the remote relay box. The relay box is built around these 12-volt DC power relays, which are capable of handling full legal power. The circuit board was designed with the RF traces as straight as possible, so as not to introduce any reactive components. This keeps insertion loss and SWR to a minimum. The circuit board traces are made with double thickness copper in order to handle the power, and the center conductors of the RF connectors have a 1 kilo ohm metal oxide resistor to ground in order to bleed off any static electricity that builds up on the unselected antennas. This prevents that static from being introduced to the front end of your receiver when changing antennas. Next, we're going to take a look at the companion application that comes with the kit. The application connects to the switch through the optional USB interface, which creates a virtual COM port. So the first thing you need to do after opening the app is to make sure you're connected to the correct COM port. To do this, you'll need to open the settings menu, and since the USB interface...
All right, I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing, but there you get an idea of the detail that Don puts into his kits. They're absolutely amazing little gadgets that he creates. This is a graphical HFSWR watt meter kit, which is pretty cool right here. You see that here. And then the rotator. I told Don I love that he can do this, and the stuff he builds, it's amazing to me. I remember telling you guys when I got the PSR 100, I was a little bit intimidated by all the work that I had to do on it, but I wasn't going to let that get me. And I worked my butt off to try to get that to work, and I did screw up a few things. I had some bad solder joints. I had it just... Don said, send it back to me. I'll fix it and get it working. I sent it back to him. He has upgraded the circuit board in the PSR 100 to deal with stray RF. And he was kind enough to build a whole new circuit board, not the one I built. I said, what do you got, the one I built on the wall saying this is how not to do it? He was so kind, and he built the whole thing for me and sent it back, and it works fine. I needed some tips from him on how to get them to work. I'm getting to the point where I'm going to take it out to a park somewhere, or I'm going to take it out to some big flat field and see if I can track some satellites with it. And I'll keep you posted on the progress of that. Maybe I'll do a video on it. Maybe I'll do a live. I'll go out and do a POTA and do some regular contacts on my 7300 as my antenna, and also with the PSR 100 along with the 9700 radio. The 9700 and the 7300 now have side rails, and they're mounted in avalanche cases that I picked up at Harbor Freight to protect them. The PSR 100 is in another avalanche case that I used to use for my remote control airplane transmitters. I used to keep two of them in there, that very expensive transmitters, to protect them. I used to keep them in there. And I don't do that anymore, so now I'm using that same case to store the PSR 100 and the Arrow 2 antenna and the two sections of 25-foot coax and the adapters and everything I need to hook them up to the 9700. Then I have a separate battery box that I will power all the Shindig stuff with. I got a 24-hour battery box. I'm in the process of building another battery box. It's going to be a 22-hour battery box. That's one LifePo battery that's going in that. That's a 22-hour amp-hour battery. And the 12-hour amp-hour battery, 12 amp-hour batteries I have in the 24-hour battery box. Those were picked up on Amazon pretty reasonably. I think they were less than $100 each for 12 amp hours. So there's two of them in there, and they're wired in parallel. So they also have USB ports and then USB PD ports, which are power handling ports on USBs. So that's what we're doing today. That's where we're at. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Remember, go to aerobridge.org, AEROBRIDGE.org. And if you could donate a little something to them, help them out. And remember, No Limb Jim is down there helping get the supplies to the planes that then fly down to Jamaica and bring the supplies to the people. So keep him in your prayers. Let's hope they're... Here's a story. Jim told me this. He told me it on my podcast, too. I'm going to remind you, if you don't know Jim and you don't know why he got sick and what happened, he's done this forever. Gone to remote parts of the world to cover disasters and to help in organizing aircraft fly-ins and drop-offs and all this other stuff, right? So he was on, I forget where it was, if it was Panama or something, and he got dengue fever, which is what damaged his heart valve. And eventually the heart valve damage got to the point where they had to do something about it. So they're going to replace his heart valve. And that's when he died on the table 9 times in the process of doing that. And how he survived, I have no idea. The year after actually it was more than a year after he came to, I ran into him at Huntsville and at the Hamfest in Huntsville. And Jim was not in a good place. Honestly, I don't know if I could be as strong as him and deal with it. He's dealing with it. But I thought about it, like, if that happened to me, man, just leave me enough of a finger that I could pull the trigger on a gun and just put an end to it. That I don't know how he does it, but I do know this. There is a God. I'm not him. And I saw Jim up at Huntsville, and he was pretty down and out. And I told him straight to his face, I said, Jim, none of this makes sense. None of it is understandable at this point. But there's a reason you're still alive. God has work for you to do. And lo and behold, here he is helping out the people of Jamaica, not like he used to, but still in a very serious capacity, helping get supplies to Jamaica. You got to love him for that. And you got to thank God that there's people like him on this planet to help people that when they're in trouble. So if you could donate to aerobridge.org, go right ahead. Help them out so they can continue doing this good work. These are all volunteers. Even the guys with the airplanes are volunteering. I don't know who's paying for the fuel. I'm sure somebody is. But aerobridge.org, that is their page. The link is in the description. The Facebook group right there, Aerobridge. It's a public group. They got 3.4 thousand members. Good for them. Here's Jim talking about it there. You saw that. Here is the list of items. This list is in the files section of my Ham Radio Fun with KO4 PDI page. Make sure you get over there and take a look at it. If you can help in some way, go for it. All right? Okay. I think we're good. I think we covered everything we wanted to cover. You know the chat's back, even though nobody's chatting ever since I said, oh, wait. Roger said something. Hold on, Roger. What'd you say? There are many T-shirt shops that sell shirts that say, I climbed Mount Dora, 184 feet. You got to have a sense of humor, folks. You got to laugh a little. So that's a good thing to see. I'm glad, Roger, that Mount Dora actually has T-shirts for sale. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I love how you say it's 5,608 centimeters, which is 184 feet. Not exactly way up there, but yeah, that's cool. All right. On that note, everybody, I think we're done. Nobody came into the Discord tonight. I was wondering where Martin is. He usually jumps into Discord, but he didn't tonight. And that's okay. I'm going to get out of here now because it's 6:45. 7 o'clock, I got the St. Augustine Amateur Radio Association net that comes on their repeater up in St. Augustine. And I'm going to get on that later. And the DOG's got to go out one last time, do her pee-pee, so she could stay in for the night then. So that's my night. What are you doing for the rest of the night? I really don't know, and I don't care. Yes, No Limb Jim is Shaq in the Box. Same guy. No Limb Jim is Shaq in the Box. Roger, he is. So now you know. So remember, if you can help, go to aerobridge.org and do what you can. If you can't, understandable, but maybe you could send Jim a little note and thank him for his service and for the work he's doing for Jamaica. And yeah, make sure you tell people they're doing a good job and say thank you and please. And, you know, it helps life go by smoother. All right, everybody, that's it for me. This is Kilo Oscar for Papa Delta India. Thank you for coming to the podcast tonight and following it. Feel free to share this when I go off. You could share this on your channel, or you could share it anywhere on the internet you want. You put it on Twitter, whatever you want. Share it out there. Get it out on WhatsApp and all that. Any way we could help aerobridge.org do their thing and help out the people of Jamaica, that'd be greatly appreciated, I'm sure. All right, KO4PDI. I'm going to say don't do anything I wouldn't do, at least not without me, all right? Give me a call. We'll do it together. KO4PDI. I'll say 73, everybody. Till next time, look for me on a satellite tomorrow. I'm sure I'll get on as a bird at least sometime tomorrow. KO4PDI. I'm clear. 73, everybody. Everybody. Net that comes on their repeater up in St. Augustine. And I'm going to get on that later. And the DOG's got to go out one last time to do a pee-pee so she could stay in for the night then. So that's my night. What are you doing for the rest of the night? I really don't know. I don't care. Yes, No Limb Jim is Shaq in the Box. Same guy. No Limb Jim.